spoke about in the present and not in the past and the future. And I think in the present, the interesting thing is our new friend coronavirus. So a few months ago, a lot of humanity was worried about intelligent machines who will take over the world and subjugate humanity. And now from somewhere, this piece of protein, which is not very intelligent, has subjugated us already in a matter of months. So how do you think about this whole phenomena that is, coming to us? In fact, there was an interesting analogy someone gave me yesterday. He said this is the first time God has given everyone the same question at the same time with an open book exam and saying, please try and solve it. So I just wanted your view on this current situation, what you make out of it, and how to go forward.
See, this is what you have observed, or she has observed, your friend. It has a grain of truth. That is very true. See, we have been trying to make opinions on any one subject, and there will be always diverse opinions. Some motivated, some well-meaning, but there will be real differences and there will be created differences. But here, when it came to the survival, fortunately, everybody seems to fall in line, because this, see, again, in some way, if you see, everything reveals something. It is a revelation that we have become so much myopic in that sense, from a spiritual point of view. I will term it only myopic, that we can't see beyond survival. So when it comes to the survival, we agreed, no, whatever is, if you say social distancing, whole world is, practicing that. You say, no, don't do this. They are, such kind of obedience is rare. And this is by a voluntary, this thing, what you call obedience, voluntary obedience. It is, nobody is in that sense forcing, most of us are. So it is a reflection on two ways it should be taken. First, this should give us a very clear indication that, as you know, that butterfly effect, as I mentioned, that one butterfly flutters its wing in one corner of the world, and another corner of the world an avalanche is launched. So I'm saying how closely connected we are. We cannot separate from one another. That is how the spiritual person sees it. There is no place for separation. There is only distancing. Separation is impossible. We are related. See, the 10 people are sitting and breathing. Where will you draw a line? No, this is my oxygen. Beyond this, you can't. We are already living outside. Most of us are living outside, but we don't realize it because we don't see it that way. So we are all connected. This episode has given this, underlined this session, this thing to all of us, that in face of the nature, the whole creation, so to say, the existence, whatever word you are using, we don't know. So to identify this existence. So in that, how small we are. A small virus jumping from animal to human in one corner of the world shuts us all in our homes, despite our all progress and everything. But see, they say old habits die hard. I always this keep lurking inside me. Will this lesson last after this challenge is over? Or people will go back to, oh, now this is over and we are again same. So this we in Indian, this thing we call Shamsan Gyan, Marghatiya Gyan. That when you see a dead body, you suddenly say, oh, this world is but a dream. There is nothing. Everybody has to go. And the moment you reach home, half of that knowledge is left at the burial ground. So, see how this is how the tragedy happens. So if we can keep this lesson that in face of the nature, we are very small. So if we learn to live with the nature, in the proximity of the nature, then we are going to be happy, here I see, as I said, these words sukh और देखना, इनका मुझे, I could not define it, I could not find their resembling words in English at least. It's nothing. No word is written. If you say pleasantness, it is not there. If you say happiness, it is not there. Sukh और देखना, उसका कोई, there is no word for it. It's a very deep word. See, I will tell you through a couplet, maybe it will dawn upon you. They say, so sukh janahi man aru naina, so कह सकें किम कह सकें कि नहीं बहना. Means somebody is describing his experience and telling what sukh I experienced, that only my mind or my soul or myself experienced and my eyes have seen. So sukh janai man aru naina, किम कह सकें कि नहीं बहना. How can they describe? Because neither eyes have language or mouth, nor my mind have mouth. So how will it describe? So description is very, even I say, if you eat a small sweet, so only thing you can say it is sweet, but you cannot say how sweet. You can only say what is sweetness. Somebody who has never tasted a sweet, if you say I have eaten sweet, he will not know until you put something in his mouth. Then again, now I know. So in that sense, something has to be experienced through people, then only they can know its value. So if this has given, this lesson if we learn from this corona exposure and we use this as a great learning experience and we come to our senses and learn to live in proximity with nature, then what will happen? Peace, real peace which we call man ki shanti, which we call happiness and sukh, prasannata, sukh और शांति. तो शांति की देखो हमारे यहाँ, how we have told its gradations. Yes shantam na vidu kashmai. We don't know its a level of peace. There are levels in peace. How deep the peace is. Prashant, Vishay, Niravta. All these words are referring to the peace. So if the peace is nestling in your heart, happiness is there. You say, if happiness is there, it is like you are seeing divine. And sukh, that I say is indescribable. Because we even verily described the divinity as sukh. So sukh dham ramas nama. We say, Akhli lok dayak vishwama. Now this have come from nowhere. I was not remembering it. So we divine even be his name and frame, we are saying sukh. So incarnation itself is a sukh. Sukh is a very big word for me. That's why I say I cannot describe it. Nor see, nor sukh. Dekhna or sukh. So we have not experienced much if we are limiting ourselves to exploiting nature. So this corona experience, if it can make this lesson steady in our heart and mind, that we should live with nature, then only peace, happiness and sukh will stay with us. Then I think this will be a blessing in disguise.